everyone, this is Ashley. Today we're going to be going through the types of conflict. So what does conflict mean? Conflict is a class of interest, aka a disagreement. So conflict is disagreement. So these are the four main types of conflict that can be found in literature. And literature is books. So we have person versus person, which can be shown like right here. Person versus self, person versus society, and person versus nature. And don't worry, there's definitely more types of conflict. And here they are. With the additional of these four, we have person versus supernatural and person versus technology. So let's go through each of them. So person versus person is an argument or fight between two people. It is quite literally a person versus a person. And a common example is good versus evil. So you can think of like superhero movies. Then we have person versus self. This is an inner conflict. So typically this can be seen when a person is thinking inside of their thoughts. So you can think like, should I do this? I don't know, should I? That's an inner conflict with myself. So a common example is self-doubt. Like I just said, like, am I good enough? Should I do this? That's doubting yourself. Then we have person versus society, a struggle between an individual and their society. A common example is person versus the government. So this is over all the society. Like it could be the United States government, or it could be the town you live in and how they run things, or the traditions and values you may be against them. And then person versus nature is a conflict between a character and the environment. So a common example is a person versus a natural disaster, like a tornado or a hurricane. So anything where nature is going against the person. Then we have person versus supernatural. This is a conflict between characters and the paranormal. So this could be things like magical powers or zombies, as it says here. Anything that is not actually real. So common example would be a person versus zombies, like a zombie apocalypse. Then we have person versus technology. This is a conflict between a character and the results of a scientific discovery. So a common example would be person versus robots. Maybe we have the discovery of robots where they can do our jobs. A conflict might be that all of a sudden all the people are losing their jobs though because the robots are taking over for them. Or maybe the robots create a mind of their own where they want to destroy the humankind. It could be all sorts of different examples. Okay, and here we go. So here's a video showing examples in films.
I'm not the right person. You have to choose someone else. Choose someone else. Please.
I want you to join me. We can rule together and bring a new order to the galaxy.
Don't do this, Ben. Please don't go this way.
No, you're still holding on! Let go!
Okay, so hopefully that video helped you understand the different examples that are used within films that display conflict. So let's go through some practice here. So here are our choices. All the different types of conflict. So A, person versus person. B, person versus nature. C, person versus self. D, person versus society. E, person versus supernatural. And F, person versus technology. And here are our choices. So you put a letter with the corresponding question. So 1, Batman battling against Joker. Which one of these matches it? So we have a person versus a person. Oh, I just gave that one away. Number 2 is Jonas. So number 2, Jonas going against the utopian society. Keyword, society. Number 3, humans fighting against robots. So think about what robots are. Number 4, Dorothy running away from a tornado. Keyword to be tornado. Number 5, Rapunzel deciding between freedom and breaking her mother's heart. It's like deciding, it's like thinking. 6, Harry Potter fighting against a wizard. Keyword wizard. So go ahead and pause the video. You can either write them all down and do it on a piece of paper, or you can just remember what your answers were. And in a minute, we will go through the answers. All right, so A was for number 1 because it is person versus person. Batman and Joker are good versus evil. And then we have 2, Jonas going against utopian society is D, person versus society, because he's going against the utopian society. And number 3, humans fighting against robots is F, person versus technology. Robots are technology. And if you remember from earlier, I actually used that as an example. Number 4 is Dorothy running away from a tornado. So that would be B, nature, because tornadoes are created by nature. Then we have number 5, Rapunzel deciding between freedom and breaking her mother's heart. This is a decision that Rapunzel is making inside of her head to herself. So this is C, person versus self. Then we have 6, Harry Potter fighting against a wizard. E, person versus supernatural, because wizards do not actually exist. They're supernatural. So as a reminder, conflict is a class of interest, aka a disagreement. And these are all the different types of conflict. I know, there is so much conflict going on. So this is the end of the video. Hope you have a great day.